Good afternoon, one and all present here. So, last but not the least session of IIC seminar on the day 4th, we are having our new speaker, that is Mr. Amit Trivedi with us. So, hi Amit sir.
Hello, Kiran. How are you?
How are you? I'm good.
Thank you. I'm good. Thank you.
Shall we start the session? Are you ready?
Yeah, you can start it.
Okay, I'll be presenting your slide in a minute.
Sure. Before we begin, everyone, have a good evening. We're gonna have, we're gonna talk about Robin and Army today. So if you have any queries, you can drop in the chat, I believe. So I'll be happy to answer.
Is the screen visible?
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to start the slideshow.
Can we start now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you need to start the slideshow. Okay, we'll do it. So yeah. Again, very good evening to all of you there. So, Robin Army is it's not a startup, not an NGO even. It's a group of people who are like-minded people. We started this thing for the greater good. What we wanted to do is we wanted to bring a change in the society and make people understand that whatever the resources we've got on our hand, are for people, not only for us. So the idea behind Robinhood Army was to serve the hungry people, the hungry citizens, and save the food wastage. So this idea was brought up from Portugal. So this organization named Rui Food, they used to collect food from the shelter home and from the restaurant and give it to the shelter homes. So the founder of Robinhood Army, Neil Ghosh, he started it from Delhi. He was visiting Portugal back in 2014. So he got this idea and he started the same thing in Delhi with four friends. The Robinhood Army was set up for the serving needy from the food that was being wasted in marriage functions and hotels and restaurants. So the idea was to channelize the food and serve the people who are needy. So initially started with food, then we jumped on to academy as well. We are handling two domains right now. We are working with food and academy. So I'll tell you about my story, how we started, how we brought stuff in MP. So Robinhood Army, as I said, it's not an NGO, it's a non-profit organization based at 250 plus cities, more than 20 countries across the world. We have a huge base of more than 1.5 lakh volunteers across globe. And yeah, we are working for the elimination of food wastage, hunger, and illiteracy. Can we switch to the second slide? Kiran, can you switch on to the second slide?
Sorry, sir.
Can we move on to the second slide?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll just take you through a few, striking statements or data, because data speaks for itself. So I'll tell you what food wastage is not something that is limited to cities or even countries. It's a global issue. If I tell you that every 10 seconds one kid dies out of hunger, so we waste 40% of food whatever we produce across globe. Like if we talk in terms, 40% of the food that ever gets cultivated goes to the bin. And like Including it all, we waste 1.3 billion tons of food every year. This much of food can feed the hungry population for over 4 years, 4 consecutive years, without cultivating a single grain. So, food wastage and the hunger are global issues, and these have to be tackled with your consent, because lack of food is not the problem. We'll discuss about it later on, but the few things that we need to keep in mind, that food wastage is a global issue, and there are almost 795 million people who are suffering from hunger. तो हम लोगों का जो चीज है कि जो हम लोग चाह रहे हैं कि जो खाना वेस्ट हो, जैसे कि अगर आप पूरा स्टैट्स देखें तो जितना खाना वेस्ट हो रहा है वो और जो लोग हंग्री पीपल है उनका जो अपन अगर कंपेयर करें, डेटा भी कंपेयर, तो इट्स 4 times मोर वेस्टेज देन द नंबर ऑफ पीपल हु आर हंग्री. तो जो प्रॉब्लम है वो खाने का नहीं, हम लोगों के पास सफिशिएंट रिसोर्सेस है, सफिशिएंट फूड है, but the excess of food has that is somewhere across the nation. Get in next. Yeah. So we touched upon this that global hunger isn't about lack of food. It's about the lack of excess of that food. Abhi, like imagine you are visiting a marriage function in your family. हम लोग सभी देखते हैं, हमारे घरों में देखते हैं, हम अपने फंक्शंस में देखते हैं, स्पेशली मैरिजेस में देखते हैं, लोग भर भर के पूरा थाली लेते हैं, बट कोई भी पूरा थाली फिनिश नहीं करता. एवरीबडी वांट्स टू हैव एवरीथिंग on their plate, but at the end they throw it in the bin. So this is the main problem. This is something that is creating, the hunger issues, the food wastage issues, and it starts from home. Even if you're wasting food for one person, that counts. तो हम लोग जो फूड वेस्टेज है वो घर से शुरू होता है. इसीलिए आप देखो कि you must have read a lot of quotes on social media as well कि एक अनाज को बनने में 120 दिन लगते हैं और उसको वेस्ट करने में 120 सेकंड भी नहीं लगते. तो एक सिंगल grain of crop, it takes 120 days for starting from the seedling to coming it on our plate, it takes 120 days. तो और हम लोग वो खाना बिना कुछ सोचे, बिना कुछ समझे हम लोग उसको बिन में फेंक देते हैं, ये सोच के कि we have bought that food, so we are the owner of that food. So I guess that time is, it's coming that when we have to call food also a natural resource, because with the kind of speed we are wasting food, and I'll tell you some facts that food wastage is also responsible for global warming. It is the third largest cause for global warming. So we talk about global warming, we talk about Australia fires, we talk about Amazon fires, we talk about water scarcity, we talk about coal scarcity, but nobody talks about food wastage. The food wastage is also that is contributing towards global warming, and it is a global issue. So we need to understand that food wastage starts from home. अगर हम लोग केवल like I hope we are here 25-30 people. If we take an oath that we will save food, so at least some change will bring some change, because as far as we are concerned, हम लोग इंदौर में we are more than 2,500 volunteers. So I'll tell you the story how we brought it up in NP. So I, along with two friends, wanted to join Robin Army back in 2015, because we really liked the idea that we don't have to, raise the funds, किसी से पैसे नहीं लेने हैं, केवल एक जो मतलब प्रॉपर सोशल वर्क होता है वो करना है, हमें जाके लोगों के लिए काम करना है, बट हमें लोगों से पैसे नहीं लेने, ना हमें किसी से पैसे लेने, ना हमें गवर्नमेंट से पैसे लेने हैं, ना हमें प्राइवेट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से फंड रेज करना है. हमें केवल किसी और का खाना जो एनी वे वेस्ट होने वाला था उसको कलेक्ट करके कुछ ऐसे लोगों को देना है जिनको उसकी जरूरत है. और या हम देखें कि वो खाना जो वेस्ट होने वाला था वो किसी के पेट में चला जाएगा. तो इस आइडिया से हम लोगों ने 2015 में स्टार्ट किया. फॉर्चुनेटली or unfortunately, it was not in MP till like 2015. So we brought it in MP. Then afterwards, I was into the expansion. I set up more than 20 cities currently. I brought it in Agra, UP, Odisha, Raurkela. Then in MP, I set up more than 80 cities. So put together now, like we are more than we are available in more than 250 to 80 cities and globally. But MP story started from 2015. So 2015 we brought it up, and we will like talk about the figures later on. Can you switch to the next slide? Next we talked about this. Okay. Next. Next. This we talked about already. Yeah. Okay. So अभी आप लोगों ने शायद जो सस्टेनेबल गोल्स काफी ज्यादा मतलब इवन द यूएन वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट सस्टेनेबल गोल्स एंड everybody was after it that we need to save the energy, save the food, conservation of energy, and how we can go for the recycling, reuse, and reduce. So you see the top 9 causes of world hunger. Like out of it, obviously it is related to hunger, so there's other factors like politics, poverty is gonna roll in. But so out of 9, 3 causes are related to food. Like excess of food, and like excess is not available for the people who are in need of food. Food wastage is like a minimum talk, but the most impactful factor among all these 9 factors. Because food wastage is something that we come across in our daily routine. You don't see people, right? You don't see hungry people roaming on the street. You see beggars. बट आपने कभी ऐसा मेरे को बहुत कम लोग होते हैं जिन्होंने ऐसा सुना हो अपने आसपास के किसी की भूख की वजह से जान चली because we don't pay attention to these kind of things. We don't get, like get across these kind of news. हम लोग वो देखते हैं अभी जैसे you'll be surprised to know even in Indore when we used to go to slums और हम लोग स्टार्ट करते थे जो लोग नए लोग आते हैं उनके आसपास ही स्लम्स होते थे वो वहाँ पे 20-20 साल से रहने पर उन्हें नहीं पता था उनके घर के आसपास में स्लम एरिया तो हम लोग अपनी लाइफ में इतना ज्यादा बिजी हैं वी डोंट पे अटेंशन टू दीस थिंग्स एंड anyway you are focusing on your like living your dream or making your goals coming true so people don't bother to see like what's happening around them so food wastage is the major cause that we are connected to majorly because it starts from what I mentioned हम लोग अगर अपने ही घर का फूड वेस्टेज रोक लें तो एनी वे इन द लॉन्गर रन इन जनरेशन okay so these are the top I'm not going to talk about the other 6 factors because we are going to restrict it to food and food wastage so yeah we can jump on to next slide okay this also we talked about the challenge is not lack of food it is making food consistently available to everyone who needs it like it's the excess that is the problem not the lack of food we have sufficient food we have sufficient resources. You know, like at least for now, we have sufficient resources. The only problem is that it is the excess of food that is somehow, affecting the chain and pyramid. Next. Okay, so this is what we do. Like this is the whole solution, the whole process that we follow for the food pickup from starting from the food pickup and food distribution. So actually, we work as a postman or postwomen. We go to the restaurant or marriage functions or our partners, like we call them food partners. We go to the people who have surplus food, excess food. They inform us that okay, Raghuram Indore, we have like food for 50 people, food for 100 people left after the marriage, after the function, after the birthday party. So we go there, pick that food up, and distribute it to the nearby localities, nearby slums, roadsiders, construction sites, labor squares, to laborers, and to whoever is needy or hungry. So for the needy, there's no specification, there's no definition. Whoever is hungry is needy. So, and also we consider them, the people we serve as a part of our family. So many a times we eat with them. For example, if I'm going for a food call, like let's say it's 2 in the night, I receive the food like after the marriage. I received food after the marriage. We picked it up. We went to the location where we want to distribute it. Now like you must be wondering कि रात को 2 बजे कौन खाना खाता होगा. Okay. So when you see it on the ground, you'll see कि अगर आप सुबह 4 बजे, रात को 3 बजे, 1 बजे कभी भी खाना लेके जाओगे, जिसको खाने की जरूरत है, they'll take it. और कुछ लोग उसी टाइम पे खाते हैं, कुछ लोग उसको रख के सुबह एज अ फर्स्ट मील कंज्यूम करते हैं. तो हम लोग बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि हम लोग साथ में बैठ के खाते हैं. हम लोग साथ में बैठे हैं, वो लोग खा रहे हैं, हम लोग खा रहे हैं, हम लोग साथ में बैठ के खाते हैं. वी एक्ट एज अ फैमिली बिकॉज दे आर अंडर प्रिविलेज्ड sections of the society. They are also same. They are part of a family, just less fortunate ones. So it doesn't mean that you have to discriminate people. So like this brings me back to the RHA's policy. So we do have some strict policies. With along with our solution, we follow 3 major policies that toward the globe. One is zero money. Zero money that I've touched upon already. कि हम लोग किसी से भी किसी भी प्रकार का पैसे नहीं लेते. We do not accept any fund, any contribution, or any sort of we don't participate even in any kind of fundraising directly or indirectly. So whatever we have done till date, it's without money. Second is we do not discriminate on the basis of caste, creed, color, gender. Everybody who is a Robin or whoever we are serving are part of the same family. We are all equal. We don't discriminate on the basis of any discriminating factor. Third is we are apolitical. So we do not collaborate with any political parties or any political stage. We work as a separate entity and we do our work. Next. Yeah. Okay. So I guess this picture speaks a lot. We did not put any text on it, and this is everything that is got. This is the reason why we are working without money. Why more than 1.5 lakh people working on the ground without any work, without getting anything in return, without getting any money, any monetary transaction into their accounts, and still they are working tirelessly, happily, and like since 2014, and now it's been gonna be more than 8 years this year. So हम लोग 8 साल से ऑलमोस्ट काम कर रहे हैं. किसी को कुछ नहीं मिलता है, किसी को कोई पैसा नहीं मिलता है, कोई एप्लीकेशन नहीं है. You'll be surprised to know there's no letter of recommendation or certification even from Government Army. Everybody is working, from people of age 8 years to the people of age 80 years. We are all working with Robinhood Army without getting anything in return. We do get something in return. That is all this slide speaks of. So we say we are in the business of spreading smiles. So whenever we say business is always give and take. Right? So जब हम लोग किसी को खुशियां देते हैं, तो these smiling faces, when we see it, we also feel happy. We see peacefully. We see that we are the reason for someone's smile. We see that we are the reason for someone's happiness, someone's two square meals. So that kind of satisfaction and happiness when you see people eating 2 in the night, who was sleeping hungry, who slept hungry already, but when you went to him, when you woke him up, when you gave him food and he ate it with a happy face, this is all that that we work for. So this is the most important slide, and we did not put any text on it because I guess this speaks for itself. Yeah, next. Okay. So I mentioned in the beginning that we work for 2 domains. One is food and another is academy. So this is academy. I won't go to the very minute details of it. You and everyone knows the industry status in India, like in the let's say globally, like the status like how it should be, it is not. So people, you see, only I'll just read it out for you. 60 lakh children in India are still out of school, and it is not just the data. You must be seeing a lot of people who are roaming in streets. They are beggars. You see people who live in slums, who are working in construction sites. if you go and you talk to them, if you're like anytime you had a word with them or with them, you'll know कि बहुत सारे लोगों का ऐसा होता है कंस्ट्रक्शन साइट पे उनके बच्चे हैं यहाँ पे काम कर रहे हैं, उनका गांव कहीं और, बच्चे किसी और के पास रख नहीं सकते, बच्चे उनके साथ रहते हैं तो बच्चे भी नहीं पढ़ पाते। स्लम्स में जो बच्चे रहते हैं, दे डोंट हैव enough resources to send their kids to school. Government schools like are a solution, but then many a times it's the transportation that that hinders and that becomes like acts as a resistant factor for them कि इतनी दूर वो बच्चों को नहीं भेज पाते। और बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि उनके पास कोई एक्सटर्नल पुश नहीं है, इंटरनली दे सी कि हम लोग कभी नहीं पढ़े तो उन्हें पढ़ाई की इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं पता। ठीक है, तो अपने यहाँ अभी भी 60 lakh is still like as we like when we see our population, it's very minimal, very small number, but when we see it globally and 60 lakh, when I started my session, I said even one person count. 60 lakh is like so much more than one. So yeah, there are a lot of people who are out of schools. India is ranked 123rd out of 135, countries in female literacy rate, and that is something we are still trying to save our baby girls. There are a lot of government schemes where we are like trying to save our the girl fetus. So in India, the literacy rate is not that good, but and like if I talk about African countries, it's way more poor. Like other Asian countries, like if you take Bangladesh, if you take like a lot of countries. So the illiteracy rate is way high. People are still out of schools. People don't go to schools. Even if the people who are going to schools, many of the schools, the government schools, we know what kind of operation, how they operate. The illiteracy rate is way high. So our solution was to like not to teach it, not to educate it, because we are not professionals, right? We are just volunteers who are connected with these people way better than the government, way better than the school, because हम लोग उनको लाइक यूज की कि हम लोग हफ्ते में एक या दो बार मिलते हैं उन बच्चों से, हम उनसे जाके खाना खिलाते हैं, वी टॉक टू देम, वी नो देम बेटर, वी नो उनके पेरेंट्स क्या करते हैं, वी नो वो कौन से स्कूल में पढ़ते थे या ड्रॉप आउट हैं या वो कभी स्कूल नहीं गए, हमारे पास सारा डेटा। तो वी लाइक न्यू एवरीथिंग बट देयर वाज नथिंग वी कुड डू। सो you'll be glad to know कि रॉबिन हुड आर्मी दिल्ली से स्टार्ट हुआ था, बट रॉबिन हुड अकेडमी वाज started from Indore. So we were the ones who started, who brought Robin Hood Academy into the Robin Hood Army's curriculum, and we started Robin Hood Academy from Indore. So we brought this Robin Hood Academy thing into the system, and now with the same system, more than 200 cities are working with Robin Hood Academy. More than 2,500 students are in school because of Robin Hood Army, because we got them admitted into government schools or private schools. So this is the solution. This is a permanent solution, and I guess this answers for the dependency thing that might come up in your mind, that we are serving food to people on a regular basis. What about the dependency? So if you teach them how to earn food, you don't have to give them food, right? But anyway, we want to save the wastage. So we are working for both them, and academy is the solution, is the answer to all. Next. Okay. So this is very important. I'll just touch upon it briefly. इंदौर में मतलब अपना आयन इंदौर में हर साल एक स्कॉलरशिप टेस्ट होता है। उस स्कॉलरशिप टेस्ट में जो भी बच्चा मतलब उनके वो टोटल 6 बच्चे सिलेक्ट करते हैं, एक टेस्ट कंडक्ट होता है, मोर देन 100 स्टूडेंट्स पार्टिसिपेट। जो भी 6 बच्चे उस टेस्ट को क्लियर करते हैं, उनका पूरा एजुकेशन आयन इंदौर स्पॉन्सर। तो 3 साल में, अभी कोविड के पहले, कोविड वाले साल से बंद हो गया था, इस साल वापस हुआ है, अभी रिजल्ट आए नहीं है। कोविड से पहले 3 साल तक में हमारे 11 बच्चों ने, मतलब आउट ऑफ 18 स्टूडेंट्स हु वर सिलेक्टेड इन 3 इयर्स, 17, 18 एंड 19 सेशन में, उन 18 बच्चों में से 11 हमारे बच्चे थे जिन्होंने वो स्कॉलरशिप अर्न की। और ये वो बच्चे हैं जो स्लम्स हैं, ये वो बच्चे हैं जो गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स में पढ़ते हैं, ये वो बच्चे हैं जो आज से 5 साल पहले ड्रॉप आउट थे। एक बच्चा उसमें से जो ड्रॉप आउट था, ही यूज्ड टू सेल मिल्क, वो खुद नहीं बेचता था, एक दूध वाले के यहाँ काम करता था, पीछे बैठ के जाता था और लोगों को दूध बांटने जाता था। और पढ़ाई में उसने 8th क्लास तक पढ़ा हुआ था, अच्छा पढ़ने में बच्चा था, बट बिकॉज उसकी फैमिली की फाइनेंशियल कंडीशन इतनी अच्छी नहीं थी, ही हैड टू क्विट हिज स्टडी। We got him admitted, readmitted. Then he was a brilliant student. He is a brilliant student, and that is how his journey started. And I'll touch upon this NMMS scheme. The National Merit Cum scheme is Merit Cum Scholarship Test is conducted pan India. तो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट कंडक्ट दिस एग्जाम। इसमें क्या होता है कि अगर कोई भी बच्चा इस एग्जाम को क्लियर करता है, एनएमएमएस का एक उनका खुद का सिलेबस है। एनएमएमएस अगर कोई बच्चा क्लियर करता है तो उसको अगले 4 साल तक हर महीने 1,000 रुपए का स्कॉलरशिप मिलता है। तो मतलब आप समझो कि वो बच्चा हर साल का 12,000 रुपए स्कॉलरशिप अर्न कर सकता है, वो खुद की एजुकेशन खुद स्पॉन्सर कर सकता है एक अच्छी जगह पे। और ऐसे बच्चे हैं भी, मतलब ये 10th के बाद कोई भी बच्चा इसको दे सकता है। हमारे 2 सेशन में हम लोगों ने बच्चों में पार्टिसिपेट किया था, 18 और 19 सेशन में। 18 सेशन में 7 स्टूडेंट क्लियर्ड इट, क्रैक्ड इट एंड दे गॉट स्कॉलरशिप। एंड 19 सेशन में 11 बच्चों ने एग्जाम क्लियर किया। टोटल दोनों बार हम लोगों ने 15-15 बच्चे सेलेक्ट किए थे जिनको हम पढ़ाते थे। फर्स्ट ट्राई में जो 18 वाला सेशन था उसमें 7 बच्चों ने क्लियर किया। सेकंड ट्रायल जो हमारा था 19 वाला, उसमें 11 बच्चों ने क्लियर किया। तो ऐसे टोटल 18 बच्चे हैं जिन लोगों ने एनएमएमएस क्लियर किया हुआ है, जिनको 4 साल तक स्कॉलरशिप मिला। इवन कुछ लोगों का इस साल खत्म होगा और कुछ बच्चों का नेक्स्ट ईयर खत्म होगा। So this is very important, where we are trying to build their life. We are trying to make them independent. This is not only restricted to academy, going to them teaching, having fun activities, teaching them basic education. It starts from there only. You cannot teach them, what, their textbooks when you are interacting with them for the first time. It starts from fun activities. It starts from learn by fun activities. But eventually you see that there are some kids who have the potential and we can explore it. We can build their life. We can place them at a better place or at a better school. So this is how it starts. We focus on exams like IIM Indore, scholarship tests, NMS, Olympiad, NTSE. We try to get them admitted into Navodaya Vidyalaya, KV. So this is all the part of the academic structure that we have. This is one specific project where we focus like through each one. And there's another where we focus with learn by fun activities. The slums who are very raw, we just pick them up, and the clusters where kids are very small, they go to government schools, and the rest we are trying to deal with them through these kind of things. Next. Okay, so I actually started with this guy. I told you who we are. We are a volunteer-based organization working. It's like we are like-minded people from different groups. Earlier it was a youth organization. People from all the age groups become part of it. From I just mentioned earlier that from 8 to 80 we have people from all age groups, all professions, and we are working for 2 things majorly. One is food and another is education. Yeah, next. We can move ahead. Okay. Spread in India, I'll tell you, in majorly all parts of India we are available. In MP, if I talk about, we are available in more than 18 cities. We have our chapters. We set up a set of chapters in Indore, Ujjain, Bhopal, Dewas, Harda, Burhanpur, Khargone, Khandwa, even Ashoknagar, Shivpuri, Gwalior, Pitampur, Mahu, and we have chapters in Barwani, Satarpur, like all the places, Rewa, Satna, सभी जगह हम लोगों का spread है in MP even. So in India we are like, this is an old map and we are now available in all the cities across, like more or less more than 200 cities out of 250 cities are from India itself. Yeah, next. Yeah, I already touched upon this. Next. So this is very important. So these are I'm saying these are because there's gonna be one more statement. So uh, this is our bank statement. You see this zero debit and the credit. You see that we have more than 1.82 lakh volunteers. Okay, this is the latest one. In cities, we have more than 250 cities. We have served more than 80.56 million people till date without raising a single penny. You can see that the amount that we spent is zero. Zero rent, zero wages, zero fuel, zero money. And the kind of blessings that we have earned is it's more than 85.6 million people. You can see it like that we have saved food worth of 80.56 million people. Like it could have been gone to Wayne, it could have gone to bin, but we saved it and we served 85.6 million people. So this is our global spreadsheet, global bank statement. I'll come to the Indore one. Next. So this is of our Indore. So this is like mistake. So we have more than 2,500 volunteers. Areas covered as in we have covered all the places, not only in Indore but also the interiors, like the villages and the nearby cities. Like Mahu is also part of Indore. Pithampur is also part of Indore. And we have this rural project where we serve villages. So we have covered villages as well. So we have served more than near about 13 lakh people in like last 6 years, and we also like did it without money. So this is all, and this is our tagline. We are always 1% done because this 99% is store. We are always 1% and we're gonna be like that. And as an organization, my personal goal is to shut this organization so that there's no need for this kind of there shouldn't be any need for this kind of organization because if there wouldn't be food wastage, if there wouldn't be hunger, then we won't be there. We are working for something that shouldn't exist. So I believe my personal goal for this organization, my personal goal working with this organization is to shut it down. Next. Yeah. No. So, this is very important. There are people who would love to have a bad day. So I generally, you know, interact with people like when we jump onto this slide. But as it's a webinar, you can't speak, so it's fine. But I tell you, I'll just brief you about it. Uh, your bad day may be like when you wished for a sneakers, but you did not get it. You feel that it's a bad day for me. Your bad day may be when got drenched coming home from office or school, and you felt that it was a bad day for you. And sometimes you wish to eat something specific, but you couldn't get it. So like that's a bad day for you. But there are people who don't have even slippers to wear, who don't have clothes to wear, who don't have places to go, who don't have even schools to go, who don't get 2 square meals. So there are people who'd love to have your bad days, and we call it bad. We are not. The whole point of this is to make you understand that we should be grateful for what we have, and you should, always try and give back to the society because because of society, we are part of society, and society is everyone is part of our family. So whatever you are doing, wherever you are, you always try to give back to the society. Next. Okay. So I touched upon it briefly. I always mentioned it that we are like-minded people. So we have this common sense of purpose. Having nearly 2 lakh people in an organization where they are not getting any monetary gain, they're not earning anything out of it. But having that common sense of purpose where we are all working for something which is greater than the monetary transactions or greater than your uh, sometimes it's more than what you seek. from an organization or from yourself. On some days you feel that you start crying. Like we have been in situations where we were in tears because we did not know that these kind of problems can also exist. There was a scene when I'll share one story with you. In a gym, we were serving early morning tea to the roadsiders. So before that, yeah, we were distributing. First, yeah, we were serving tea. So it's from the Ujjain team. They shared it with us during our meet. So we were serving tea, early morning tea to the people, to the roadsiders. So we went to one person. He was sleeping. They woke him up and they served him tea. It was I guess 6 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning. They gave him tea. So he said, if you have blankets, please bring it for me because I feel that the winter is gonna, gonna the temperature is gonna drop. और उसने बोला कि उसके पास enough blanket नहीं है, उसको चाहिए और blanket अगर हम लोग ला सकते हैं तो हम लोगों ने उसको चाय दी और फिर हम लोगों ने उसी दिन बैठ के ब्लैंकेट ड्राइव प्लान करी कि हम लोग आज रात को केवल उनको नहीं और भी जितने लोग हैं जिन्हें जरूरत है उनको हम लोग ब्लैंकेट डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करें। यू वोंट बिलीव हम लोग क्योंकि हम लोग ये चीज रात को करते हैं ही हैड ब्लैंकेट्स और उस चीज को इतना सीरियसली किसी ने ऐसे नहीं लिया कि हम लोगों को तुरंत 1 घंटे में जाके देना है क्योंकि यू हैव लाइक ऐसे हम लोग बोलते हैं ना जैसे मैंने किसी ने भी ऐसा नहीं देखा कि इंसान किसी की भूख से डेथ हुई है या उसके पास तो ऑलरेडी ब्लैंकेट था। कुछ लोग ऐसा भी सोचते हैं कि यार इसको और ब्लैंकेट दिया तो ये तो बेच देगा, इसके पास ऑलरेडी दो हैं। या फिर आप देखो कि बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे भी होते हैं जो जानबूझ के इन चीजों में पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करते, ये सोच के कि हम लोग उसको डिपेंडेंट बना रहे हैं तो वो काम नहीं करेगा। तो बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं, वी डोंट थिंक अबाउट इट वेरी इन अ डीप फैशन। बट जिस बंदे को उस दिन बोला थॉट कि हम लोग प्लान करते हैं रात को हम लोग जाएंगे और लेट नाइट डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हम लोग और मतलब जो भी ब्लैंकेट डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते हैं हम लेट नाइट ही करते हैं कि जिसको एक्चुअल में नीड हो उसी के पास जाए। ऐसा नहीं है कि हम लोग एक ही के पास 4-5 लेके आ गए हैं, उसने 2-3 रखे देन बाकी उसने बेच दिए और फिर उसके बाद वही चीज रिपीट हो रही है, सेम सर्कुलर प्रोसेस चलता जा रहा है। तो दे रीच्ड आउट लाइक दे वर लुकिंग फॉर हिम, दे रीच्ड आउट टू द एग्जैक्ट लोकेशन, ही वाज लाइंग देयर, he had blankets, but the moment they tried to wake him up, they found out that he was already dead. So he died on that exact location. Uh, I don't know out of what reasons, but it like as we understood it, it must have been because of food. So like these are the kind of things that अब वो बंदा अगर अपन देखें कि उसके whenever like the way he talked and the way he was talking about it, he was in tears. Because these kind of situations we cannot predict. We cannot understand even the impact of it, how he must have felt. And the person who was already there asked for it, did not get it, and died just because of like a literal communication gap. Or let's say उसके 12 से 14 घंटे के बीच में everything happened. So there are people, as I said, who would love to have a bad day. There are people who would want something from you, and you don't have to do a lot of things for them. You just have to share your. Sometimes, even if you spend some time, the people say that you should go to old age homes, you should go to orphanages, you should spend time with them, you should talk to them, because even your little act can help people. Mental health, we all have been talking about it, and like it became the hot topic since the lockdown started because everybody was at home, everybody was affected. So mental health is also important, and when you spend 5 minutes with a person who has no one to talk to, you're helping him or her. So you should always take out some time out of your busy schedule, do something for the society. It is not you are not doing any favor to the society. You're just giving back to the society. You are also part of the society. You're getting money from it. You're getting food from it. There are people who are responsible. If you when you get a burger from a store, it's prepared by someone. It's prepared and the ingredients are prepared by someone. There are people who are responsible for your food. Because of them, you got that food. So you should always pay back to society. You should always, look for the ways how you can help the society, uh, like being a better place. Yeah. Next. Okay. So, yeah, Kiran, we have to, like, I just forgot to edit this number. This is my Indian number. I'm not using it. So I just want to, nobody has to, yeah, you cannot call me on this number, but you can drop me. If you want to be part of Robin Hood Army, you can save this number and you can text me on WhatsApp. I'll be happy to have you. We can add you in Europe if you want to be part of it. Otherwise, this is the website. This is also for if you have like food wastage, like surplus food at your place. But the only thing is जो हम लोग individual places से खाना उठाते हैं minimum 30-40 लोगों का होना चाहिए. उससे कम होगा तो भी you can call us. हम आपको बता देंगे कि इसको आपको कहाँ पे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना है आपके नियर बाय लोकेशन में, जिससे वो खाना वेस्ट ना हो और किसी के पास पहुंच जाए. अगर उससे ज्यादा है तो हम लोग आपके घर से पिक करके डिस्ट्रीब्यूट है. This is our Facebook group, Robin Space Hood Space Army Space Indoor. You can also be part of it and you'll get to know कि क्या हो रहा है इंदौर में, कौन से ड्राइव चल रहे हैं. बट आपको पार्टिसिपेट करना है तो आप मेरे को इस नंबर पे व्हाट्सएप कर देना. So I'll have you added in group. It is not only for Indore. आप किसी भी सिटी में, you must be like staying here, like came here to study from other cities or neighboring cities, neighboring districts. तो आप वहाँ से भी आप मेरे को मैसेज कर सकते हो. I'll have you added in the respective city. So this is all from my side. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Thank you so much, Kiran. Thank you so much, sir. And thanks everyone for being patient. If you have any questions, you can ask. Like I'm open to questions now. I hope I did not bore you, any of you, or it was sort of some and it did not sound as a profession answer. No questions?
Students, do you have any questions? Please ask. Anybody is having any kind of question?
No problem. No problem.
Thank you so much, Amit sir, for your time and for the interaction you have done with our students.
Thank you, Kunal. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Maybe end the session?
Yeah, we can like last two.
Okay.
Last two. I just woke up.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for being patient, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, Kiran, for bringing me here, and thank you, sir. And all the best to the group. All the best to each one of you. Keep doing good with your studies, and always try to help anyone possible. Like it can be a classmate even. So thank you so much. It's all from my side. Have a good day, good evening, good night.
If anyone wants to join RHA, they can contact me as well. I'm a part of that.
Yeah, you can get in touch with Kiran as well.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Cool,
thank you so much, all the participants and teachers and non-teaching staff for joining this session. I thank you all the team members of IIC for their valuable coordination. I thank you, Director sir, Principal sir, and Vice Principal sir for providing me the platform for the IIC seminars. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone. You may leave the meeting now.